This episode of the Therapy Gecko podcast is brought to you by the brand new Therapy Gecko merch store, which you can find at www.therapygecko.com. Yes, we have a new merch store. We got shirts, we got stickers, we got all sorts of stuff. We got shirts that say, "Where do we go when we die?" We got shirts with Alaska's a city, not a state. We got shirts with the Geck himself. Check it all out. Head on over to therapygecko.com to acquire a souvenir from our travels throughout the universe. www.therapygecko.com. All right, let's get to it. Oh, and also I have a sick theme song now. Check this out.
Therapy Gecko's on the line, taking your phone calls every night. Therapy Gecko's doing it right, he's teaching you how to live your life, but he's not really an expert.
Call from
Dixon.
to accept.
Dixon.
Whoa, I'm on.
I know. It's. How does that feel?
Feels invigorating, I gotta say.
What's your deal, Dixon?
I'll tell you what my deal is.
Please.
My deal is complacency makes me uncomfortable. So I get in a lot of online arguments, and I wanted your spin on how I can just stop myself.
This is a classic. Well, what do you get into online arguments about?
Mostly stuff that won't change anyone's mind, like politics.
So that's the thing. No argument on the internet has ever ended with. When you argue with people on the internet, I mean, like, oh, you know, actually, here's, you know, I actually think about this. Here's what I would do is, like, when you're, like, typing out a comment on the internet to someone, like, check your intentions, right? Like, what are my intentions right now? Are my intentions to make someone mad? Are my intentions to seek vengeance, you know? What are your intentions, do you feel, when you're getting in these arguments with people on the internet?
Well, it's funny. I used to be, a real
You're trying to meme.
butthole about my political views. And
Sure.
someone was mean to me, and then
Sure.
I stopped being mean for no reason and having hateful views. So in the back of my mind, I think maybe I can just flip that one on somebody and change their mind. But it mostly just ends in, shouting.
You say you're trying to change. Look, well, trying to change people's minds of your views, like you're arguing with, like. Look, if you have a way that you think other people should live, or that you think the world should function, and maybe this is cheesy or whatever. Look, man, you gotta just you can't convince people to do it in any other way but then by living it by example, and you can't be out living your life by example if you're on the computer arguing with people.
That's a great point. I like that. So you think I should just go out, be nice in the world, and maybe that'll change people's minds who can just see it. Maybe they want to do that too.
100%. Yeah. There's some fucking quote out there. I don't know if it's by the whatever, but it's something like, if you want to change the world, you got to change yourself. But yeah, dude, you just got to lead by example,
I like that a lot.
Absolutely.
All right, I think that answers my question.
For sure, man. I know
happy
it's
to be
a
on the
hard
show.
thing to get addicted to, but stay strong, my dude. And thank you. I appreciate you calling in, man.
Much appreciated. You take care.
Take care, man. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Call from
Miranda.
Miranda,
Oh, hello.
what can you do, Miranda?
I can do paint.
Where and with what?
I can do paint near me, and I mean I can't paint from far away. I'm
Why
not
can't
good
you
at
paint
throwing
from far
paint.
away? Because that would be a good skill to have. Because I know lots of people that can paint. I don't know lots of people that can paint remotely.
Yeah, I can only paint close to me, but I'm good at watercolor painting.
Mm-hmm.
and some digital art, but I'm still learning.
Can you paint with fire? And if you could, would you?
You know, I mean, I've seen those paintings, or not paint, like, I guess it's not really a painting, but it's like people will use like gunpowder or something, and then they light it on fire, and then it burns in like the pattern of what they wanted to draw. And so I think I would do that. That sounds really cool.
You ever been to Disney World?
I haven't been to Disney World, but I've been to Disneyland, and it was pretty weird.
Why was it weird?
I got paid to go because I read the Book of Mormon.
What?
Yeah, like, there was this rich Mormon lady who was hosting, like, this big Disneyland trip, and she paid for 10 people to go to Disneyland if they promised to read the Book of Mormon. And so I did it to go to Disneyland. Except I kind of didn't actually do it.
That's actually what I was about to ask you, is how did they prove, how did you prove that you were able to, that you did it?
Well, so they were, like, supposed to ask your parents, and, like, your parents were supposed to, like, give updates every now and then. And so I just pretended like I'd read it with my mom watching me, but I just kind of zone out.
Okay, so at that point, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because, all right, wait, that's what, so your mom would watch you, literally she would watch you hold the book open and stare at it.
I mean, she probably wasn't paying attention that well either. I think she had, like, burn notice on in the background.
Okay.
But, you know, she'd look over every now and then.
You would sort of have it as a prop.
Yeah.
See, but at that point, I get not reading it, looking up Spark Notes, lying about it, all that. But at that point, if you're just and you have the book, it would be less boring to actually read it. It's like when you're like stuck on the toilet without your phone, so you start reading like shampoo bottles and shit. You know, it would be more exciting for you to actually read it at that point.
I mean, I guess it was just so boring. Like, it felt more boring to read it than to zone out and just, like, have my own adventure in my head.
Okay, what was your alternative mental programming to the Book of Mormon?
I have no idea. This is when I was, like, 12. So probably something involving, like, Pokemon or Beyblades.
They should put that in the Book of Mormon. They should have Beyblades in there.
I mean, there are, like, weird parts of the Book of Mormon. Like, I think...
How would you know? You haven't read it.
I mean, I've read parts of it. I grew up Mormon, but then I don't... That shit's weird now, though.
Tell me the weirdest part of the Book of Mormon.
I mean... The one story that I thought of is I'm pretty sure there's, like, a point where... I think this dude's, like, guarding some sheep. And then some dudes steal some of the sheep, and so then the guy cuts all of their arms off. That's a little funky.
That sounds badass.
It is pretty cool, but I think it's definitely a strange punishment. Like, oh, you took some sheep, I'm gonna take your arms.
Yeah, it's like Demented. That's like Saw.
Yeah, I guess that is a little bit like Saw.
It sounds like you missed out on reading a kind of cool book.
No, I've read parts. Most of it is pretty boring. I think the only, like, really, like, fun part is when, like, technically Mormonism is mildly polytheistic, because if you're a really good Mormon and you go to the top tier of heaven, you get to, like, become God of your own universe.
Ooh, I didn't know that heaven has tiers in the Mormon faith.
Yeah, there's, like, 3 tiers, and then there's, like, kind of like a 4th tier. It's called spiritual prison, and that's where you go where if you weren't Mormon on Earth, and you have to, like, wait there until someone baptizes your, like, dead body. Well, they don't actually baptize your dead body. They baptize, like, a living person, but they pretend like you're a dead person.
You know, in Judaism, we only have one tier of heaven, and it's hell.
Oh, wait, what? Really?
What tier would you... What tier, if you're being honest with yourself, what tier of heaven do you think you belong in?
Okay, well, so if I'm following what I learned from when I was Mormon, I'd probably end up in the spiritual prison / outer darkness.
Is that the worst one? Is that the Z tier?
That's the worst one because like one of the big old bad sins is like learning about Mormonism and then choosing to reject it. So technically I'd end up like in outer darkness with like Hitler. But
Miranda, so you're fucking us right now a little bit. You're kind of fucking us right now a little bit because.
Oh no!
No, you're fucking us right now because now we're fucked now, Miranda.
No.
Because it would be one thing if we were ignorant of it, but now we all know about it, and so if we choose to reject it, we're gonna be hanging out with you and Hitler.
No.
Why would you do this to us,
you guys
Miranda?
haven't been. Okay, no, I got baptized and then rejected it. You guys weren't baptized and then rejected it. Y'all still have a chance.
I'm gonna just pretend like we didn't hear any of this.
Okay, this is between you and me.
Okay. Well, no, I don't want to be in it either because now I'm gonna go to hell. Well, whatever. I was going to hell anyway, so it doesn't matter.
You've streamed from hell.
It's true. I've been there. They know me there. I've got friends there. It's not such a bad place. But listen, Miranda.
Yes.
I appreciate you calling in and sharing your story. Thank you very much for enlightening us and for getting us all well, at least now we know where we're going. There's comfort in that. I appreciate you, Miranda. I'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, I love you. Talk to you soon too.
Call from
Daniel.
Daniel.
Hello.
Daniel, I've been all alone. I've been trapped in this cave for days. No food, no water. No place to go to the damn bathroom. There's smells in here and I'm relieved. Daniel.
You're relieved.
I'm relieved. I metaphorically wiped the sweat from my brow in response to your presence because I am relieved that you have come to save me.
I'm so very glad I could be of use to you.
Daniel, I have a question for you.
What is that question?
What is your deal, Daniel?
My deal, Geck, is that I am a performer without an audience. Before this pandemic hit the world, I was performing in front of people live on a weekly basis, and now I find myself performing to a microphone and finding very little enjoyment from it. And my question to myself is always, was I just seeking validation? Was I just seeking applause? Or is there actual worth to the endeavor of the performance itself?
Ooh, I actually love this question. What do you perform?
I did musicals when I was on stage, and now mostly I do voice acting.
You were like you were like a musician, like you were in a band, or you were like a performer in like musicals?
I was a performer in musicals.
And so you say you have a microphone, you do like voice acting. Do you ever like live stream or make TikToks or anything like that?
See, I've tried, and I feel so vain, and I don't know whether that's pride or whether that's my own self-censorship, but I can't stand live streaming myself. I can't stand just putting myself out there to that point where all there is me. I'm not speaking someone else's text. It's just my own words.
So you can't get over this like idea of yourself, feeling like the idea of streaming yourself or the idea of putting yourself out there is vain.
Yes, the idea of that expression of the self is instead more self-flagellating. Not flagellating, that's the wrong word. It's almost masturbatory.
You know, as someone who is currently streaming themselves on the internet, I have these exact same thoughts. Oh no, I have these exact same thoughts all the time. I do. I've had. I mean, throughout my whole sort of life of making things, I have these thoughts constantly of like, is making shit masturbatory? And I think it is. It kind of is. But so what? I guess I've gotten over it. You know, it's a little bit.
Yeah, and here's also the thing is that, like, what exactly is wrong with masturbation is the issue. Like, where is the thing that is wrong with taking pleasure in yourself and being yourself?
I agree, dude. That's a great way to put it. You know, all right, I'm gonna get a little meta here. But you know what's worked for me? And I don't know how this could apply to you, but maybe it could. But I thought this is exactly what worked for me to get over that. All right, so this stream, this is therapy, Gecko, right? But it's really just me talking. This is me. But I don't feel like if this stream were me not in a costume, just talking as Lyle, as me, and if it was called like the Lyle Advice Hour or something, that would make me want to throw up. I would think that would be the most masturbatory thing ever. So I'm sort of hiding. I've been able to deal with that by doing it not as me, but as kind of a character, which, you know, and I wonder if there's a way that you could kind of do that too, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. You give yourself a mask by which you can portray your more authentic self, but when it is seen by the audience, it doesn't necessarily give the idea of like, oh, this is Lyle talking. It gives you not only just some defense, but it allows you yourself to feel comfortable because there is some method, there is some barrier that protects you.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, I think if you could find what that is for yourself, you know, like even like you said, you're a voice actor, right? Like you could fucking make TikToks, you could live stream as a puppet or like a VR character. I mean, when you're acting in musicals, you know, you're an actor. You play characters. That's what you do. You know, so it wouldn't be out of your element, I think, for you to don some kind of character, some kind of alter ego through which you can portray elements of your true self without actually being 100% out there.
True enough. True enough.
I don't know exactly what that would be for you, but you know, look, if you're an actor, you know, your work is not being portrayed through you. It's you as a character. That's what actors do. You know, Leonardo DiCaprio in his movies, he's not Leonardo DiCaprio. He's the bear guy or whatever.
Yeah, no, I love how the chat has descended into a David Lynch discussion.
But no, I totally understand your dilemma, man. I've had that exact same thing. Like I couldn't do this stream if it was the Lyle advice show. That would make me, I would hate that. You know, it would feel too masturbatory. So the mask of a character, you know, helps a lot. I think you might want to explore that, see what that could lead to for you.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Geck. Thank you, Lyle.
Absolutely, man. You have a good rest of the night.
You too.
Take care, man.
Bye-bye.
You know, geckos make a sound. You guys know geckos make a sound? They go, eh!
Call from
Nate.
Nate.
What's going on, man?
You know, not a lot. I'm in the cave. And I was planning on leaving the cave, but I was like, you know what, let's do one more call because it's only 9 million. What year is it? What year is it, Nate?
Yo, I don't even know, man. It's 2020, year of the virus. I'm sitting here watching Geck on the screen. I'm like, let me call him up. Let me tell him what the deal is. You know what I mean?
Well, Nate, now's your shot. Now's your chance. Now's your opportunity. Now's the chance for you to reach out and take it. Tell me, Nate, what's the deal?
The deal, man. Yeah, listen, real talk. I'm really worried about my little brother, dude. All right. You remember when the pandemic started, and, you know, I don't know if you were on Tinder at that point in time, but they opened up, you know, Tinder. Yeah. So they opened up Tinder, right, to, like, the whole world, right? All right. So he met this girl in Quebec. Yeah, Quebec, you know. And you know, he spends every night talking to this girl, and like he's really in love with this girl, you know. And it's been like several months now, and his life just revolves around talking to this girl. And like I don't know what to do, man. This girl is coming to him. She's flying down to spend like 3 weeks with him, and like he like wants to move up there, you know, to Quebec and have her dad get him his job and stuff. I'm just like, the thing is, he's taking it really seriously, and he's just like ignoring other parts of his life, you know. It's like I feel like he doesn't have his passion. You know, he's dependent, and I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do.
I don't know, man. I mean, you know, what have you done already?
What have I done already? Well, you know, I cautioned him. I was like, hey, man, you know, you need to you need to finish up your degree. You need to get your bachelor's degree. You know, he has an AA, and he needs to go back to school. And I told him, I'm like, you know, think about going back to school. And, you know, so, I mean, there's that. You know, I told him, like, hey, you know, you might want to think about, like, the consequences of moving out of the country to Canada, to this girl who you have not actually seen physically. Like you don't know what she looks like, man. You've just been talking to her on the screen the whole time, you know? It makes you think about, like, you know, what do I do?
You know, it's nice that you care about your brother, but at the end of the day, look, if your brother... This could go one of many ways. Your brother might very well be on track for a substantial L.
Oh,
but
yeah.
here's the thing. You know, you can't do anything about it. Because he can't... that's the thing. You gotta learn. You gotta take your own L's. You can't. No one can hand you a lesson. People can. This is a little. I didn't come up with this. I don't want to take credit for this. But someone once said, you can't. You can give people advice, but a lesson can only be learned by the person who learns it. Your brother, if he takes an L on this, you know, that's his L to take. You know, you can't really do anything about that. You know, and this is more of a your conflict is more with yourself than it is with your brother, and your conflict is overcoming or rather facing the fact that you gotta let your brother look. You can give him advice. You can tell him, you know, what you think and all that, but At the end of the day, he's going to do what he's going to do. And so your conflict is not with your brother. Your conflict is with yourself and coming to terms with the fact that he's going to do what he's going to do. And you got to let him take his own L's.
I feel that.
You got to let him learn, you know, or you make a fake Tinder account and you catfish him as a different girl from Canada, right? And then you get him to start messaging with this fake, you know, Canadian girl that you've created, and then you expose the messages to the other Canadian girl, and you come to her and you're like, hey, I'm just watching out for you, and you sabotage their relationship.
Wow, I'm writing this down right now. But that would be way harder.
That would be much more difficult.
No, you're right. I'm gonna need a lot of phones. I'm gonna need a lot of phones so I can flood Tinder with these fake Canadian girls who all are about the same age, you know. And I think that'll get them.
Yeah. Create a bunch of them. I mean, like get like. Well, no, that's a little. I feel like that's a little. Just get like one Wanda. Is that a name? Is that a Wanda? Make a beautiful redhead Canadian woman, Wanda, in Quebec, and you know. Oh, but you know what's gonna happen? Right. You know what I think is gonna happen if you do this?
What?
You're gonna get into this is like a romantic comedy kind of thing. You're gonna get. All right, so you're gonna start texting with. You're gonna find his Canadian crush's information, and then you, as Wanda, are gonna start talking to her because you're gonna be like, "Oh, your boyfriend was like flirting with me," and then they're gonna break up. But then Wanda, you're gonna talk to the Canadian girl. What's this? Do you know this girl's name?
Yeah, but you know, I know her name. I won't say it on stream, but I do know her name. Yeah.
All right. Well, Wanda and his Canadian girlfriend, they're gonna start becoming friends, right?
Right.
There's gonna be a little friendship going there, and then you're gonna fucking fall in love with. That's Act 2. All right, Act 2. You as Wanda fall in love with your brother's Canadian girlfriend.
Wow, so it was me the whole time?
Yeah, and so then you're in a crazy situation right there. And then I don't know what happens in between, but I know that it does end with both of you going to Canada, falling down on your knees, begging for this Canadian girl to take one of you, and then at the end of the day she goes with a bear.
Bear?
But through this experience, you and your brother, you know, you fly home from Canada, broke, defeated, you know, and it strengthens your relationship. So you know what? This is actually a much better option. I think you should go with this option as opposed to anything I said earlier.
You know what? This is really helpful, man.
Of course.
It's been a pleasure. Love the stream.
Thank you.
You know. Keep it up, dude. But yeah, so I'm gonna actually utilize this information now.
Yeah, man. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah. No, I'll talk to you again. All right.
You take care, Nate. You have a good one. Be careful out there.
You as well. Good evening.
I know he didn't mean it, but good evening that's never good night is an ending one, but good evening, it's not usually an opener. But whatever, he was probably just excited because he has a new plan.
Call from Meaty.
Meaty.
What?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes. Meaty, no. I need you to tell me immediately what year you were born.
2001.
Okay.
Okay, I trust you.
I know. I've called you before and everyone thought I was 12.
Are you 12?
No, I'm 19.
All right, I
Okay.
trust you, Dick
She
Meaty.
knows she came up with that really fast.
She did.
Okay.
I'm just sound extremely prepubescent. My name is Grace.
Oh, we got
So
another
we got
Grace.
a double Grace.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said that, because I've called you like 50 times, and I'm like, he's not gonna answer. I'm just
Well,
gonna
tell
fuck
it.
around.
Tell. I want to hear the well. Okay, before
So
I
why
speak
are
to
you
Grace, I
Dick
want to hear the
Meaty?
origin story behind Dick Meaty.
Oh, I said thick meaty cock, but I guess the cock part didn't really pick up.
It didn't. You hooked me so hard with the thick meaty that I didn't even, I jumped on it immediately.
I'm concerned for you that your username is thick meaty cock. Anyway, what's up, Grace? How can we help you out these days?
Well, I want your opinion, honestly. And I need you to
Honesty
be
is
straight
our
with
best policy.
As long as it's
Yeah.
not an opinion about. All right, we'll go ahead.
Okay. I go up. What's up, Grace?
me. Okay, yeah, I got you. So I broke up with my ex like 2 weeks ago. You don't need to know why. He's a dick. Just know that.
Okay.
And so
He's a thick meaty cock. Okay, go on.
No, the opposite. But
He's
so there was this girl.
Chode.
I mean,
Sorry. Okay, go on.
So there was this girl that he became friends with like 2 months after we broke up. And I remember asking him, like, is she attractive? I don't know why I asked. You know how it is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really care.
Sure.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay.
And so he just didn't really answer. And I'm like, okay. So I broke up with him like 2 weeks ago. And he started dating her 5 days later.
Okay.
So whether they were dating sooner or they just became official, I don't know. But I have a lot of people telling me, like, why do you care? Because you broke up with him and, it doesn't matter because you already broke up. But, like, I don't know. I kind of feel like that's kind of, I don't know if I can curse on here, but if that's kind of messed up, you know what I mean?
What do you mean? You said big meaty cock. I mean, I don't know if I can curse on here. The ship has sailed.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
But anyway.
Anyway, you know what I mean. So then it's kind of like then I asked him and he's like, yeah, well, we became official after 5 days. So then he just kind of blatantly admitted that he's been with this girl since, like, when we were dating. So then everyone's like, well, you shouldn't be mad about it. Like, I could be a little upset about it. Like, I know I broke up with him, but you know what I mean?
I agree that you can be mad about it, but sounds like you dodged a huge bullet, because if he cheated on you, why would you want that person in your life?
I mean, we had a kid together, so he's going to be in my life regardless.
That part was
detail.
that was, you really buried the lead on that one.
Yeah.
I was about to be like, girl, you're 19, whatever, you're gonna meet plenty of men in your date.
Well,
okay.
I mean, that's the point, is that, like, at least the baby was an accident. You know what I mean? At least I kind of have, like, oh, well, that was an accident. In a good way. But if I married him, like, there's no accident there. You know what I mean? I was just plain stupid there.
So that's good that you didn't marry him.
Yeah, but now he actually is gonna be in your life forever. No, you can be mad about it, but at the end of the day, focus on your child. And as someone wrote, just get the child support check. No, don't really. Well, you should do that. But
get that check.
you should get that check, but don't just do that. Focus your energy on your child that you have together. That's the most important thing that came out of this relationship. And you should definitely be upset that he cheated on you, but you're gonna find real true love one day, and somebody that cheats on you, that's not true love.
Yeah, you're right. And he is going to be sick of me, the next guy. I think I just mostly feel bad for, like, his new girlfriend, because I don't know. So I guess the first day that they officially started dating, she told him a lot of personal stuff. I'm not going to say it, but, like, deeply, deeply personal stuff. And he just spilled it all to me nonchalantly.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, listen, I'm not gonna lie, this guy sounds like a huge dick bag, and that's unfortunate, but
Again, opposite, but you're right.
yeah, he sounds like a huge dick bag, and that sucks, especially since you do have a child together. But You dodged a bullet. I think that's just the best way to put it. You dodged a bullet. Yeah, you can be mad. Yeah, you can be upset. And you have every right to be mad and upset. But you don't want that man loving you, loving all up on you. He's gross. He's a cheater and he is a gossip. And we don't want that for you. You know? We don't want that for you.
Right? Thank you. And I keep telling people, like, at the very least, if you don't think the cheating's a big deal, he was sneaking around during the pandemic when he said when he was quarantining. Like, I live in Texas. It's a hot spot. You can't be sneaking around like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, I agree. What do you think?
I agree. Look, you know, do you love your child?
Deeply.
Some people. That's a fair question.
No, that's a fair question, I guess.
Yeah, it's a fair question.
Do you?
Oh, yeah, I do. I said I do. You probably didn't hear me. Yeah, I do.
Okay, well then, look, you know, that's a pretty big responsibility, but, you know, if you love your child, then I think that it's a responsibility that you're up for the challenge for. And I think that you should focus all your energy into meeting that challenge. And, you know, look, take the energy. I know that you've got a lot of energy of hatred and negativity towards you know, your ex, but, you know, try as hard as you possibly can to, you know, redirect that energy into love that you can give for your child, because you know, at the end of the day, that's where your attention is needed, and you don't want to waste you know, I mean, like, it's a big fucking challenge to raise a kid. You know, it's gonna take a lot. And so you want to kind of conserve your energy and send it in the direction of love as opposed to the direction of anger, however justified that anger may be.
Agreed. Fully.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, Grace, big meaty cock, I appreciate you calling in, and you know, good luck to you.
Good luck.
Thank you. You too. By the way, Chloe, just want to say that you're looking glowing on the camera. I don't know if you contoured that green or what, but
yeah, I did a huge contour job. Took me half hour to put all this beautiful green on.
Yeah. Keep that skincare routine up, girl.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You take care, Grace.
Bye, Grace.
Have a nice day, guys. Bye.
Call from
Hi, I'm Luke.
to accept.
Louis.
Luke? No, I think he said Luke.
Luke.
Yeah.
Luke?
Yes.
Like Luke Skywalker?
Just Luke. Yeah. So,
Okay.
I've been, so can I pose a hypothetical, right?
Absolutely.
Sure.
So, say back in the day, I had like 10 friends, right? And these days, I only got like 1 or 2. And
Okay.
I'm thinking about asking these 1 or 2 if they're like real friends by like posing, say, a hypothetical to them, saying, hey, if I were to fall off a bridge or something, would you fall off the bridge with me?
I'm gonna tell you something, Luke. I have a couple of little pockets of good friends. And it doesn't matter if I had 100 friends or if I had 1 friend, I would never, ever, ever jump off a bridge because they jumped off a bridge too. And I think I'm a good friend to those people. So you can pose the hypothetical, but I think you're going to be disappointed by the answer when they say, fuck no. But that doesn't mean they're not a good friend. That just means they don't want to die.
You know, Luke.
But that's something you do with good friends.
Well, Luke. Let me look. Everyone. Here's the thing. Everyone gets. Tell me if you agree with it. Everyone gets to set their own definition of a good friend, and everyone gets to set their own criteria for what you need to be a friend. So Luke, by all means, have the complete and utter freedom to set your criteria of being your friend to die for you.
Sure.
But you have to be okay with people not being willing to meet your criteria, because it's a pretty harsh criteria.
Agree.
So you can set the criteria, but I don't think you should be
their
disappointed
criteria.
if people won't meet it. Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say, Luke?
So the best question to ask would be what their criteria is.
I don't know.
To ask them. Well, how on a scale from 1 to 10, Luke, how important is it? How important is this aspect of friendship to you? The willingness to die for another, for someone else to be their friend. How important is that to you? Is it a deal breaker?
It's an important aspect. No, it's not a deal breaker. It's just, that's automatically where my mind goes when I think, hey, is this person a good friend? Would they die for me?
Well, you're not asking them to die for you. You're making a conscious choice to jump off a bridge, and then you're asking them to do the same. Now, if you really wanted to take a test of their friendship, you could be like, we're in a Target, and this is dark. It's dark. It's Target.
Let's go there.
Somebody might be, there might be a gunman. Mm-hmm. And you ask your friends.
Mm-hmm. Targets are getting dangerous these days.
Targets are getting dangerous these days. And you ask your friends, would you jump in front of the gunman for me? Maybe that's a better test. I don't think that should be your criteria, but it's a better test for their loyalty to you.
Right. That's more something you would ask someone if they were joining your cult than if they were being your friend. Would they die for you just because?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
I agree.
Okay. So ask my friends if they want to join a cult with me.
Is that what you're trying to do? Start a cult?
Oh, yeah. Let's start a cult.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I just don't think that's a great idea. I don't know if you've heard about cults, but they tend to end in murder. And I just feel like maybe that's not the direction that we're trying to go in.
Yeah, I think I may want to avoid a cult.
But somebody in the chat said this is a cult. And, I think you're already in a cult.
Luke,
you just might not be the leader of it.
Luke, it sounds like you need to take some time. It sounds like you need to take some time to figure out what you want, because you're flip-flopping. When you want to be on a cult, you don't want to be in a cult. You want your friends to kill themselves. You don't want your friends to kill themselves. I think you got to sit down. You got to take some time alone, Luke, and figure out what you want.
Okay. Time alone. I can do that. Closets are real fun.
Closets? Are you in a closet?
Look, some people do their thinking on the can. Some people do their thinking alone in the closet, and I respect all locations. I appreciate you calling in, Luke, and go easy on your pals, all right?
Yeah, and don't jump off a bridge. I just want to put that out there.
I second that.
Alrighty, I'll think about it.
All right.
Okay, bye, Luke.
Good night, Luke.
Have a good one.
Good night. You as well.
Call from
David Ashley.
to accept.
David Ashley.
David Ashley.
Big boy in the house.
What's up,
Dave boy? How you doing?
Tell us everything. Tell us nothing.
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're great. We're
Good time.
chilling like a villain on penicillin, as I said a couple hours ago.
Good. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of nervous now to be talking to you guys.
Why are you nervous?
I don't know. Just got a lot on my mind, I guess.
What's on your mind?
So, I just always think about growing up. I had this younger brother.
Oh.
And he kind of always overshadowed me. Like, my parents, they kind of always, like, he was always, like, winning all the stuff at school and all the sports, and, all the neighbors loved him. And, sorry, it's kind of sad thinking about it now. But, I kind of think about that to this day. And, like, if I could give, like, a story that's, like, sort of a metaphor for this, you could almost think about it like, say there's a guy on a plane, and he's in the back row of the plane, and all of a sudden he pulls his pants down, and he starts sucking his own dick.
David, I'm so sorry, man, but to interrupt you, but could you turn off your stream real quick, because we can hear a little bit of
mute your stream.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can we mute the stream here? Sorry.
Wait, you're not
with
my
your brother
right now, are you?
No, yeah, he's sitting next to me.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's savage.
Well,
okay.
I'm sorry.
No, but
what you were saying about him sucking his own dick?
No, I'll get so, like, we're cool about it now. Like, we talk about it, but we never brought it up to our parents. But
anyway, it's kind of like, there's a guy on a plane and he starts sucking his own dick. And then there's a guy sitting next to him that sees this and he's like, whoa, everyone look, this guy's sucking his own dick. And then all of a sudden, all the passengers are looking at him. They're like, oh my God, this is brilliant. And then the flight attendant walks over and she's like, oh my God, this is incredible. And the flight attendant runs up to the captain of the plane and she's like, yo, you got to come see this. This guy's sucking his own dick. And the captain runs back and the captain's like, oh my God, he's sucking his own dick. And no one's flying the plane, so it crashes. So I don't know. You could
in this. Okay, so I want to know.
Who are you?
Well, in this metaphor, what is the plane?
The plane?
Yeah, the plane. What is the plane?
Probably the nurture and support of my parents.
So who are you?
Because you're not I'm probably like the Twin Towers. I just get crashed into.
Ooh.
David, well, okay, can I talk to your brother? Is your brother actually with you? Can we talk to him?
Yeah, he's in the room.
What's his name?
Yeah. Hello?
Hello? What's your name?
Oh, Trash Fan Savage.
This is Matt.
Matt, how do you feel about the things that your brother is telling us right now?
Oh, man. I mean, that's a lot to digest, isn't it?
Yeah, and then he added that
how do you feel that
9/11 thing at the end for no reason? That's a lot.
The 9/11 thing, maybe we could have done without. But how do you feel that your brother thinks that you're the guy on the plane sucking your own dick?
Yeah, I mean,
right?
Jealousy, I guess, I mean, that's wild. I guess jealousy always comes from, those above you, though, or those looking up to you. There's jealousy always coming for you if you're succeeding.
I'm curious, what do you think makes you so much better than your brother?
I mean, the fact that that my parents love me a little bit more. I mean, I had the bigger room growing up.
There's gotta be something
cool
there's gotta
be something you do.
I mean,
No, I do nothing. I do absolutely nothing. I'm
Are you younger?
It kind of sounds like you're both lame at this point. I haven't heard anything good from either of you.
Yeah, no, I don't know that there is a lot good.
Listen, there must be a reason why your
younger.
parents treat you the way that you are. That they do.
I mean, maybe it's just like a younger thing. Like, he's way smarter.
Are you better looking than he is?
Oh, yeah. But he's got, a good tech job. He's a smart man.
Mm-hmm.
He's a smart man.
So if he's got a good tech job, it sounds like he doesn't need his parents at all.
No, he doesn't. But he needs their approval. I think that's something that never goes away,
Well, what do you do? Do you have a job?
I do, yeah. I'm actually in the process of transitioning jobs.
From what to what?
I do sales in technology, and I'm going back to school to get my license to be an airplane mechanic.
Okay.
Oh, is that why he said the airplane thing? Is your brother jealous that you're going to be doing stuff with airplanes?
I don't know.
Well, he can do stuff with airplanes too.
Yo, Dave, do you want to do stuff with airplanes?
Like with your brother?
What do our conversations sound like?
Yeah, because your brother, he told, David told us that, you guys talk about this.
Oh, yeah, no, we have, pretty open and honest conversations. We're actually pretty close. We fuck with each other a lot, but it's a good relationship.
Doesn't really sound
we
like
text
it.
all the time. We lived together for a while. We used to live in a DIY punk spot, and someone started a fire in our living room.
Fires bring
There's a pretty good video of it somewhere on Instagram. Yeah, I don't know.
So have you talked to your parents about this though? About maybe hey, maybe give look. Maybe
our parent situation is a little wild. It's a little different.
Why?
Well, so think about this. Like, you have a dad who's a Trump supporter,
Oh, yikes.
and you got a mom who is a born-again lesbian.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And yeah, no, it's super cool. But yeah, so we don't really talk to our parents about our relationship dynamics.
But so I'm assuming your parents aren't together.
Yeah,
Or
that would be
are
pretty
they
wild.
still together?
No, that would be wildin' if they were though.
I mean, that would be wildin', indeed.
Imagine
it
that.
sounds like you're all kind of doing your own thing.
Yeah, it sounds like the four of you are just living your merry lives.
Yeah, I mean we are full on adults doing our own thing.
You know, look, I'm gonna end this by saying that I think that what your brother needs to do, and I hope he can hear me. You know, look, what your brother needs to do is he needs to realize that his parents' approval, you know, he might not have it, but look, he's got this beautiful relationship with his brother. You know,
Exactly.
so he should revel in that. You know, he's got all the family he needs in you, my friend.
Exactly.
You know, you guys got each other, and that's very nice.
I mean, I was just happy when he told me he got a therapist, and I got to be here with him for his first session.
You seem like a
So
good guy, man.
I'm glad I got to be here with his first therapy session and you guys. So enjoy the rest
sure.
of your night and
Absolutely, man.
enjoy time with each
Thank you,
other.
man.
Thank
I don't
you.
know. That was weird. Have a good
it's-
one.
No, it was
no,
cute.
I thought that was sweet.
That was cute.
nice.
All right.
All
Well,
right, man.
adios.
Take care.
Oh, bye.
I can see why his parents like that one better.
Do you think our parents have favorites?
I don't know. I don't think so. Do you think our parents have favorites?
I think our mom likes me more.
That would make sense. I think if your parents have if your parents have favorites, but each one has the other, you know what I mean? Like if the mom likes the daughter more, the dad likes the son more. I think that's fair because it evens
But
out.
I don't think Dad likes you more.
You think both of our parents like you more? I think that's fair. Oh, you're saying that you think our mom likes you more and that our dad likes us equally.
Well, I think our parents love us equally.
But you're talking about like.
I mean, I just spend more time with Mom than you do.
That's true. That makes sense.
And I think that we both equally spend time with Dad.
That makes sense.
So, yeah. I don't know.
Call from
Turner.
Turner.
Hello?
Turner.
Hey, I actually was calling you because I built a pasta bridge for my physics class, and I burnt myself with hot glue, and now my finger really hurts. Just wondering if you got any, like, remedies for that.
For hot glue?
Yeah. Oh, somebody in chat
Yeah.
said I sound stoned, and I am.
Oh, don't read the chat.
Okay.
Turner. Here's what you want to do. And this sounds unorthodox, but I promise that this is you know, my certified cure for
Fucking hurt.
Well, okay, actually, you know what? Here's the cure for hot glue gun burn. Is acceptance.
Okay. That's all?
Mixed with A1.
Like the steak sauce?
Mixed with Neosporin.
Okay.
And a Powerpuff Girls Band-Aid. The new Powerpuff Girls, not the old ones.
No.
The remake.
No.
What do you mean
Why
no?
not?
What do you know, Turner?
I like the old
What do
one.
you know? You burned yourself with a hot glue gun.
Yeah, but I built a bridge in the process out of pasta.
That's true. So then I would say instead is that, and so I would say it's acceptance, A1, Neosporin, a Powerpuff Girls Band-Aid, and then gratefulness. You know, you
Yeah.
sacrificed for the greater good.
True. It
So
looks
you know,
like
take
shit,
pride
though.
in that, Turner.
I think when you get like a
Created
bad
something
grade.
where there was previously nothing.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
You're an engineer. You're kind of like God in a way.
Yeah, it's
You're a creator.
I'm a pasta god.
You're like a pasta god. Exactly. And
Yeah.
look, let me tell you something about gods. They're powerful and they can do whatever they want. They're invincible.
I'm Christian though, so isn't that kind of like sacrilegious or something?
Yeah, if you want to bound yourself to, you know, the laws of Christianity. But what I personally do when I pick my religions is I pick the religious views that allow me the most personal freedom to sin as freely as possible. That way I don't have to, you know, be held responsible for any of my actions. And in doing so, I free myself up to do whatever I want and sin, without limit.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, it's a very fun life.
Yeah.
And now, how much of an afterlife? How fun is that? About as fun as everyone else's, because we all end up in the ground. So.
Yeah, I guess. There could be two gods in Christianity, you know, me and God.
Do you think, let me ask you something, are you good at working in groups, or do you find yourself to be better working alone?
Yeah, people say, like, I'm a natural leader, you know, like one of those guys.
Mm-hmm. What you don't want to do is you don't want to come into this relationship and you don't want to start treating God as if he's your second in command, because he's gonna be pissed because he's been here long, before you. So you want to see him as more of a mentor. But then look, once the student becomes the master, then you take the reins.
Yeah.
And when you do that, I need you to do me one favor when you become the one true God, Turner.
Whoa.
Can you promise me a favor?
Yeah.
Get them to fix the goddamn Jungle Cruise ride.
What the fuck is that, like a Disney ride? Because I've never been to Disney.
I love you, Turner. I appreciate you calling in.
Love you too, man. See ya.
Good night.
Call from
Dom.
Hi.
What do you do on an average day, Dom?
I am a federal contractor, and I look at death certificates all day.
You look at death certificates all day?
I do. I keep track of who has died. I can't really go into it because of privacy stuff, but I do look at death certificates all day.
Do you think that's influenced your perspective on death itself?
A little bit, in the sense of it's crazy, not only at the volume of people that die every day, but also how and why people die. Like, I would say the number one death that I see is probably a tie between, like, either suicide or obesity. And I don't know, I don't want to, like, be rude and sound morbidly curious or anything, but it has changed my perspective on, like, how easily things can just be, like, taken from you.
Yeah, I don't think that's rude at all.
No.
Look, I actually think it's respectful, because we're all gonna fucking die, dude.
Yeah, I was listening to you say that earlier. My boyfriend came in the room and was like, look at this stream. So we've been watching it, and I heard the previous conversation, and I was like, yeah, we are gonna die. And that's actually part of my deal is, my friend died, and he was only like 28, and it's just kind of one of those things that you have to settle with eventually, that you will die. But currently, like, should I be afraid of it? Should I not be afraid of it because it's inevitable? I don't really know. And I guess my job kind of ties into that, because I don't really know at this point.
I know it's a hard. I've talked to a few people who, I talked to this one girl the other day who works as like I think a vet tech. She sees a lot of dead dogs.
Yeah.
And you know that memento. What's the word? Memento Mori.
Memento Mori. Remember you will die. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, look, I think it's you know, I don't want to know if I want to use the word good. maybe I will, but the constant reminder, it's less of a fear of death and more of a respect for like the fragility of life.
Yeah, it's just kind of interesting in how we all process it differently. You spoke with like a psychologist in the last call. I have my degree in psychology, and I'm probably going to go back and get my master's, but it's definitely something to think about, because at some point in time, everyone thinks about it. It's just a matter of time. And I don't know if I would have thought about it sooner rather than later, because I have dealt with death in other instances in my life, but like, I don't know, this one's just weird. And my friend died of cancer, and you know, if somebody dies of cancer, this never really sits well. Well, death in general typically doesn't sit well with anybody, but like, I don't know, cancer and people dying at young ages, it's just terrible. And I'm not good at explaining myself, I'm sorry, but it's just kind of a lot to take in all at once, because you wish that person wasn't in pain anymore, but you wish that the alleviation of the pain didn't have to inevitably be death. You know?
I see what you mean.
Yeah. It's a weird concept, and it's just so, like, he died about 2 weeks ago, so I'd say I'm still in the grieving process, because we'd been friends since, like, middle school, so this was a really close friend. And I love him a lot, and it's just hard. But yeah, I see on the death certificates at work, I do see cancer quite a bit. It does happen, but it's one of those things where you're looking at death certificates all year, and you don't really expect to have somebody you know go next. I don't know. It's painful in a sense. Yeah.
You know, when you do it for a living, it becomes this maybe becomes this like
it becomes a blur.
Becomes a blur. It's like, you know, you maybe I mean inherently to process these you know, these many death certificates, you know, this volume on such a regular basis, I feel like it inherently requires you to dehumanize the process, because you couldn't do it. You have to see all these as, like, you know,
there is a bit of dehumanization. You kind of have to. Desensitization is the word I was looking for. Yeah, you do have to do that, because I look at it 8 hours a day. So, but it is kind of sad.
You can spend 8 hours just, you know.
You do see those really crazy cases, though. I think one of the craziest I've seen recently, somebody jumped in front of a train, and I had to read that police report, and I was like, geez, that's terrible. I mean, I'm not trying to make light of the situation at all, but it's just crazy, because in hindsight, thinking about it, I read that, and while I was sitting there, I was like, damn, that sucks. And that's how desensitized I was in that moment. But the second I'm like off the clock, I'm immediately back. I'm immediately back in my grieving process for my friend. So it's just kind of this weird duality I'm facing right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same duality that, you know, I feel like everyone has with their sort of work-life balance, you know? It's not any different from anything else, I think, you know? You know, you got to keep the stuff separate, because like we said, you know, you'd go, you know, a bit of dehumanization, distancing from the process is necessary to complete it.
Yeah, it's a weird time, especially during the season of the virus amongst us, because you know,
inevitably you do see those death certificates as well.
Are you seeing a lot of those?
Yeah, a lot. A lot. It's very sad. And it's, like I said, because of privacy stuff, I can't get into it, but there's a pattern that I'm seeing, and it's just really sad. But it's kind of one of those things where, like, I have to look at it and move on with my day. So yeah, it's weird time.
Well done. You know, I'm sorry for your loss. You know, I wish you the best of luck, and I appreciate you calling in.
Thanks.
You know, I hope
Thank
you
you
have a
for
good rest of the
inviting me.
evening.
You too. Bye.
Call from
Justin.
Justin.
Hello?
Hello, Justin.
How you doing, man?
You know, I'm good. I'm chilling. I decided we're going to do a Ferris wheel in the cave. You ever been on a Ferris wheel before?
You know, man, it's been a long time since I've been on a Ferris wheel, to be honest with you.
How old were you the last time you went on a Ferris wheel?
Oh, man. Probably not since I've honestly been, like, 12.
Was that a good age for you?
What's that?
Was that a good age for you? 12?
You know, I think so. You know, those are some good times, I think, back then.
It's the best memory you have of being 12.
You know, the best memory that I would have, that's a deep question, dude.
Yeah. And by the way, look, if you can't, I know it's, you know, I'll put you on the spot a little bit. If you can't think of one off the top of your head, you can lie to me. I won't know the difference.
You know, I
won't be offended.
I appreciate the honesty in that, dude.
Of course.
You know, I think the best memory I have, dude, would probably be, you know, just sitting up at my camp, got a nice little lake in the background, a couple of trees in front of it, dude, nice and quiet, peaceful, you know, just go up there and just really kind of let the mind flow, you know.
You said you went to camp?
Yeah, I got a nice camp way up in the woods, upper Michigan, really deep.
You said
it's
camp?
Quiet, you know. Yep, camp. You know, like a deer camp, you know.
You see, you went to theater camp.
You know, I've never been to theater camp. I think it would have been pretty
Oh, I thought
cool
that's what
when
you said. I thought you said theater camp.
No, just like a camp. You know, like
you
nice
you
secluded
own this
little
camp?
cabin. My family does, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It is pretty nice, dude. It's really
It's a good
peaceful up
memory.
there. I think so.
And you know what? If this is a lie, this is a good lie, because. And don't you don't have to tell me whether or not you're lying, because it doesn't matter. Because, you know, why would it matter? But there's no, it would be a perfect lie, because it's so not, it's not like you were hanging out with Justin Bieber or something like that. It's, it's very believable. But it's also, you know, you do extend it to not I don't want to say extreme, but you do extend it, you know, saying that your parents own a camp. You know,
well,
that's exciting, but it doesn't
interesting.
push the boundaries enough that I would immediately think that you're lying.
It's kind of like some other family members own it now, because actually, you know, to get kind of deeper to here, I'm calling because, like my parents passed away, actually. They committed suicide. So, you know, it's kind of a nice place to go and just kind of like let some thoughts roll, you know?
Absolutely. I'm sorry to hear that.
I appreciate the condolences, man.
Have you gone to a real therapist about this?
Oh yeah, I was living in Brooklyn at the time. Had a nice specialized therapist, talked to for a couple years. You know, I'm in a really good place.
This happened when you were 12?
Oh no, this is probably like a couple years ago.
So like it's nice doing like 12 again. You know, just a nice like. So you know, it's a good stable time in my life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well, Justin,
I got a question for you though. You know, I'm having this issue, dude. Like, my left leg is kind of numb right now, and I've been, you know, like I'm gonna get real with you, dude. Like I kind of have like, you know, I've been bathing for the past hour or so. You know, it's kind of like some stress going. I like
you said bathing.
Baiting, you know, like masturbating, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, letting some stress go. And,
for sure.
You know, I love the tuning you show. You know, I love listening to everybody calling and shit. And you know, like my left leg's got numb because I've been just, you know, just pulling it so hard. But I've kind of been just really focusing on you for the past like half hour or so, and I think it's starting to make me realize that I might have some sort of like gecko fetish. I don't know if that's a thing. So I guess I'm just trying to ask, like, what's my deal?
Why does your leg hurt when you why are you jerking your leg to masturbate?
It doesn't hurt. It's just numb. I don't feel anything right now.
Yeah, but you said specifically that you were jerking your leg. Why
no, I was.
Do you come out of your knees?
Would it?
Do you have like
would
a
it
little?
Be bad if I come out of my knees?
You
like,
have like a little.
Would that be weird?
A small little hole in your kneecap.
Right. I mean,
you
like
jerk your leg.
Yep.
To completion.
Yep.
It comes out the kneecap.
Is that weird? Like, would you say that's weird?
I don't think it's weird, but I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of. It's definitely an anomaly. Does it affect your life negatively?
I don't think I've had any, like, negative comments about it per se. You know, I think it makes the act of...
Well, no, not negative comment. I mean, how does it make you feel in your own personal, you know, experience?
I think it's something that, like, I kind of struggle to accept because, I mean, I guess, honestly, who really, you know, who does that out of their kneecap, you know what I mean? So, like, I haven't really met anybody who's kind of like that. So it was kind of weird, you know, kind of, like, accepting that. But I have accepted it. So I guess, like, you know, I'm at peace with it, but I always kind of worry about,
that's good.
Like, what other people
would think of. Well, don't worry about that. What do you call this condition that you've been afflicted with?
I don't really know. I mean, it's not. I mean, I've kind of like, you know, I've had physicals growing up. You know, I've seen doctors and, you know, just growing up, getting checkups and everything. And, you know, I don't know if they really ever coined like a medical term for it. You know what I mean? I guess, like, I don't know. They just think it's kind of strange, but if it works, it works. You know what I mean? I guess that's the moral story.
No, for sure. I mean, look, as long as it's not affecting your life negatively, you know. And look, you know, I'm sorry to interrupt you. You know, when you were talking about how you've, you know, been staring at me. And look, here, let me tell you something about this stream.
Okay.
And I'm gonna leave you with this. I do this stream. People come in the stream all the time and they're like, "What is this?" And I have my little impassioned speech where I'm like, I don't really know what this is. I don't really know what this stream is, and I don't. And I want you to know I mean that, Justin. So the intentions. So when the intentions behind the creation of the stream are, you know, open to interpretation, right? I believe that leaves the intentions behind the consumption of the stream open to interpretation. You know what I'm saying to you?
I'm
I
following
think what I'm because I'm creating this ambiguously with no real intention, I think it can be received with no intention. So if your intention, you know, if someone's intention is to laugh, they laugh. If someone's intention is to, you know, feel good. If someone's intention, you know, if someone receives from the stream sexual arousal, that is in the scope of possible, possible reactions, and so I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I appreciate you saying that, because I have to be real. It's just something I had to get off my chest, because it's not really something I've ever experienced before. And I can't really say that's probably a popular thing that I guess most people do. So I felt kind of safe with just being out in the open with it, and just admitting that to you.
Good.
And I felt that was fair for you to know.
Of course. Yeah, and like I said, I'm rolling. I don't know what I'm doing over here either. So if people, if the stream, whatever ends up happening,
Yes,
I'm just glad. I'm just glad that I could. I'm just glad that I could have some sort of impact in whatever that impact might take its form in.
No, I appreciate
But anyway,
that.
Justin, I appreciate you. I appreciate you calling in. And I hope you have a good rest of the evening. And thank you for coming to my cave.
Thanks for having me on. Hope to talk to you.
Absolutely. You have a good one.
You too, man. Thank you.
Therapy Geckos on